The topic of today's presentation is Karnaugh map rules. It is also called as K-map. From chapter 3 Combinational Logic Circuits, subject Digital Techniques 22320. We have already studied about the Boolean algebra and Boolean laws. If you remember in chapter 2, the function of the Boolean laws is to reduce the very complicated Boolean expression and reduce it into the small equation. The same thing is achieved by using K-map technique. It is a technique to reduce the given Boolean equation. Now, what is a K-map? Karnaugh map is a graphical technique for simplifying a Boolean expression. K-map provides a systematic method for simplifying Boolean expression. If properly used, will produce the simplest expression possible, known as minimum expression. That is very important about the K-map technique. As we know that any digital circuit can be expressed in Boolean equation or in the form of truth table. That truth table is arranged in a particular format, and that is nothing but your K-map table. So K-map technique is basically nothing but the truth table arranged in a particular format. Hence, in K-map truth table, truth table is arranged in matrix form. So that truth table is arranged in a matrix form so that you can have rows and columns. K-map is an array of cells in which each cell represents a binary value of the input variables. So each cell is having its number. Whatever the matrix is formed in the K-map table using truth table, every cell will be having its number, like room number. The cells are arranged in a way so that the simplification of the given expression is simple, a matter of properly grouping the cells. So that you will be able to understand next when I'll explain all the rules of the K-map table. K-map can be used for expression with 2 inputs, 3 inputs, 4 inputs and 5 inputs as well. That we'll study into the next slides. Now there are certain rules and techniques for K-map table. For that purpose, you should first know about the truth table. We have already studied about the binary truth table for how to create a binary truth table if the inputs are 2 using the formula y is equal to 2 raised to x. The same you have to understand here. K-map table, you have to biat it for 2 input, 3 input, 4 input. Now first we'll start with the rule 1 is selection of K-map table. So now the question is how to use the K-map technique. The Boolean equation will be given, or one equation will be given, and for that equation first you have to choose, the very first rule is to choose the K-map table. You have to find out from that equation how many inputs are there. So if 2 inputs are there, the truth table is as shown here. You can see decimal number x and y as the input, and then the min term I have written here, and y is the output. So truth table, decimal number, inputs and output. Okay. So for that, the K-map table I have shown here can be arranged like this. The same truth table is arranged like this as shown here. So K-map table, you can see the input x is arranged column wise and input y is arranged row wise. Can you see that? And a table is formed, and you can see here for input y there are 2 combinations. It can be 0, it can be 1. And for input x there are 2 combinations. It can be 0, it can be 1. That is shown in column. And then to form the table, and there is your K-map table. Now in this K-map table, on the side I have written the cell numbers also. Okay, you can see that. So the very first thing you have to remember is you have to identify the inputs, and you have to identify the LSB bit and the MSB bit. That is most important. Now you can check here, X is MSB bit and MSB bit I have arranged column wise. You can arrange MSB bit row wise, but if you will arrange that way, then this table cell numbers will change. That is most important. You have to remember only one format you have to follow, whichever you want to follow. I have followed this. I have taken MSB bit. You check X is the MSB bit, highest bit, starting number of the binary. That I have arranged in the column, and LSB bit I have arranged in rows. And accordingly I have formed the table. Now you can check here the cell numbers also. So the very starting cell number is 0, row wise you have to go, then next one is 1, and then down here it is 2, and the next one is 3, row wise. So this is how the cell numbers. So this truth table is arranged in K-map table, and each K-map table, the cell, every cell is given its number. This is called as cell number. It is very important. Yet we haven't substituted anything inside the cell. We have to substitute output in the cell. That we'll see later on. So this is the K-map table for 2 inputs. Now we'll see the K-map table for 3 inputs. The truth table is shown here. X, Y, Z are the 3 inputs. X is the MSB bit and Z is the LSB bit. Now how I arrange, you have to check it here in the table. MSB bit, only one bit I have taken. I have arranged in the column wise, and Y and Z I have taken and arranged in the row wise. Since there are 3 inputs, one will be always single and the other 2 are paired. So YZ I have paired here. So YZ is the 2 inputs. So if for the 2 inputs there are 4 combination YZ ke liye I have written there 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. Now we have to check here. That 1 0 and 1 1 I have replaced. 1 1 and 1 0 I have replaced. You have to do it like this. It is because in the next step, when we want to compare, we are supposed to compare the rows and columns. So that time it is very necessary, because every row and column which you are comparing, one of the bit should be common, and that's why it is the arrangement made. This is what you have to remember here. So you have to check YZ 0 0 0 1. Then the binary number coming is 1 0, but then that 1 0 is you have to replace it with 1 1. So 1 1 will come first and then 1 0. And X as it is, X can be 0, X can be 1. And then you have to form the table. And after forming the table, you have to remember this cell numbers. Cell number is nothing but the room numbers. So 0 1, then 3 comes, and then 2, 4 5, then 7, and then 6. And you have to check the numbers also. I have written 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 1. This is for the inputs. You have to remember this. So this table you have to by heart. This is for 3 input K-map table. Now we will check for 4 input K-map. The very first thing you should know about the truth table, 4 inputs. So W, X, Y, Z I have taken. These are the 4 inputs. And for this is the truth table. Now we will check the truth K-map table. And you can see here. Now since there are 4 inputs, so MSB bit WX I have arranged column wise, and YZ I have arranged row wise. Since there are two inputs, so there are 4 combinations for 2 inputs each. So we have written here column wise as well as row wise. And you have to remember here 0 0 0 1, and then I have written 1 1 and 1 0. This last 2 always you have to replace. Up also you can see row wise 0 0 YZ 0 1, then 1 1 and 1 0. And when you will arrange it like this, the cell numbers will be formed as shown here. So you have to go row wise you have to check 0 1, then 3 and 2, 4 5 7 and 6. Then you have to come to the very last row, 8 9. Then you are having 11 and 10. Then you are having the very row above the last row. Above the last row is 12 13, then 15 and 14. This is what you have to remember. This all K-map table you have to by heart. You can check here for the 4 input table. This is the format which I will be following to solve the K-map technique. So the first rule of K-map is to identify the number of inputs. Depending on that, you have to select K-map of either 2 input, 3 input, 4 input, depending on the given equation. The next rule is, after selecting the K-map table, you have to substitute the output in the K-map table. Whatever output is given, you have to substitute that in the K-map table. Now here you have to understand that. So now the second rule, substitute output in the K-map table. You can consider the given function xyz as shown here. Summation small m is given, and in the brackets we are having 0, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. These are nothing but the outputs. We have already discussed about this in chapter 2. Now since there is a summation with small letter m, we have already studied that there are two types of Boolean equation. One is SOP and one is POS. So if small letter m is there, that means these are nothing but the mean terms, and it is your SOP equation. So in this equation you have to first identify the highest number, that is 7. Since the highest number is 7, so you have to find out the highest number lies in which K-map table. You have to start with the lower one, K-map for 2 input. So in that the highest number is 4, so you cannot use that. Then the next, for input 3 K-map table, the highest number is 7, hence you can use the 3 input K-map table. This is how you are going to find out the K-map table. After finding that, you have to substitute output in that K-map table. Now here the numbers are given. These are nothing but the cell numbers, 0, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. So you have to substitute. If the given equation is SOP, you are going to substitute 1 in the given cell numbers. But if the given equation is POS, max terms, then you have to substitute 0 in the given cell number. So from this you can find out your 3 input truth table is there, and you can find out in the truth table output for decimal number 0 is 1, the output for decimal number 1 is 1, 2 is 1, 3 is 0, 4 is 1, 5 0, 6 is 1, 7 is 1. So first thing is we have to identify the number of inputs. Depending on that, you have to identify the K-map table. After that you have to draw the K-map table, and in the cell numbers you have to substitute output 1. So cell numbers you should remember, I have told you, row wise 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, and then after substituting the 1, this is the final table, K-map table, which you get. The cell numbers are not mentioned here, but you have to mention the cell numbers also. So we'll take one more example for the substitution of the output. Here the given function is f w x y z. So here the 4 inputs are already given, but if it is not given, then you have to identify using this equation only. Here it is given summation small m, so it is your SOP equation. So m, small m means min terms, and a summation sign is there, and the cell numbers are already given here, and the last highest number is 15. So therefore we are going to use K-map table for 4 inputs. And as you know that if your SOP equation is there, then you are going to substitute 1 in all those cell numbers. But if the SOP equation is POS, then you are going to substitute 0 in all those cell numbers. So you can see here for 4 input table for the given equation. So this 1 we have already substituted, and the numbers which are not present there you are going to substitute 0 because it is a min term. And this is how you are going to substitute the output in a given K-map table. The next rule is, the first rule is of the K-map is to find the K-map table which you are going to use for the given equation. Second rule is, after selecting the K-map table, you have to substitute the ones or zeros in the K-map table. And after that, the rule 3 is grouping ones and zeros, ones or zeros. So if you have substituted 1, then you have to group ones, and if you have substituted 0 for POS equation, then you have to group zeros. But the rules are like this: you have to group maximum 8 adjacent ones. They have to be close to each other and they have to be adjacent. 8 ones in a group. And if 8 ones are not there, then you have to group 4 ones. And if 4 ones are not available, then you have to group 2 ones. And if 2 ones are not available, then you have to group single one, if the given equation is SOP. Otherwise, you have to group zeros according to the same rule. Maximum 8 are allowed. If 8 not possible, then 4. If 4 not possible, then 2. And if 2 not possible, then single. While grouping, you can also use two rules. The first rule is called as folding rule and the second rule is called as overlapping rule. The folding rule is K-map table is foldable. Hence the first row and the last row can be joined to form a group. So while grouping, this is most important. Folding rule. So first column and last column can be grouped together. So that can be used. Now next, in the overlapping rule, the meaning of the overlapping rule is the group which is already been grouped. One group which is already is having a group, and there are some other ones outside which are not yet grouped. So that one can be grouped with the number of ones which have already grouped. This is called as overlapping rule. So here is one example which I have shown here. Here you can see that the given equation is summation of m 1 2 3 5 7. So in this, using this equation, a K-map table is used of 3 inputs, and in that input table we have substituted one in the given cell numbers, which are shown here also, cell numbers. So now we'll start grouping. Now you can check here, there are total 8 number of ones are not available. So since 8 number of ones are not available, we have to group then 4 number of ones only. So now what I've done here is, you can check group 1, it is of 4 ones. It has been already grouped. So group number 1, which is shown here. So group number of 1 is already shown here. Now the remaining one in cell number 2, you can see it was a single one remaining there. And the rule is to form maximum grouping. Now as I said, if 8 number of ones is not possible, then 4 number of ones, and 4 is not possible, then at least you have to do 2 number of ones. And in the grouping rule, there are 2 rules. One is folding rule and one is overlapping rule. So what we are going to do is, this one in cell number 2 and one in cell number 3, which is already been grouped, we are going to make use of that and to form a group of 2 ones. And that is nothing but your overlapping rule. So this is how we got 2 groups, group 1 and group 2. And group 2 we got using overlapping rule. One more example you can see here. The given equation is there, summation of m, and the numbers, cell numbers are given there. Since summation of m is there, that means it is your SOP equation. So you have to substitute ones in the given cell numbers. So 4 input table, I've substituted all the ones and started grouping. So you can check here. So group 1 is 8 number of ones. All are adjacent, side by side hai, and all are neighbors to each other. And that one group is formed. And the group 2, you can check here, the upper row and the lower row is used. Now here the folding rule is used as well as overlapping rule is used. Overlapping is because the group which is already formed, we have used from that group 2 ones, we have used that is overlapping. And the folding, because the table is actually foldable. So upper row and the lower row we have grouped, and that is, if you fold that table likewise, that two upper ones and downside ones will come together and will form a group of 4, and hence we get group 2. So there are two groups in this table. Once you form the groups, after that you have to write the equation of the group. That is most important. Final is writing the equation of the group. So first thing very important is, if the equation is SOP equation, then the output you will write like this as shown here: y is equal to group 1 plus group 2 if grouping of 1 is there. But if the equation is of POS, so that means if your group zeros, then the output equation y is equal to G1 dot G2. So for that purpose, the very first thing what you have to understand is, first you have to take one group, and in that group you have to go check row and find the common variable and write it there, and then check column and write the common variable. Since K-map is a matrix table, so matrix is having a row and a column. So row as well as column you are going to check. So first you are going to check the columns and write the common variable from that, and then row and find the common variable from that and write for the group, for that given group. This is how you will go on writing the equation. This you can understand from here. So check out, all the groups are already formed. So here different types of group formations are shown here. So group 3, group 1, group 2, and then group 4 is also there. You have to check. So you have to always remember, if any time 4 ones if are coming in the 4 corners of the table, that will form a group of 4. Since the table is foldable, so you can fold it column wise as well as row wise. So therefore all these 4 ones will come together to form a single group. So that is group 2, which I have shown here. Then is group 1, a group of 4, and then again a group 3, a group of 4. So first we'll write the equation of group 1. So you have to check group 1 is a group of 4 ones. So now this 4 ones you have to check column wise as well as row wise. So first we'll go for this column. So in this column you can check column when you are checking. So column up you are going to check, that is y and z. So when you are checking for y, so y is first 0, then next y is again 0. So that is same. But in the next column y is 1, and in then next column the y is again 1. So first it was 0, that was constant, but then it got changed. So changes are not allowed. So if any alphabet or in any variable is changing, that you cannot take. Then you go for z. Z first is 0 in the first column, second column z is 1. It has changed. Once it is changed, you cannot write. So we will not check for y and z. So y and z you cannot write from the column. Now you will go row wise. So in this it is only a single row. You cannot compare in a single row. If there are 2 rows, then you can compare and take out a common variable. But this is single row. Anytime single row or single column is there, you have to directly write that alphabets or variables. So that is w bar x. So you can see in green color. So the equation is w bar x of that group. Then next one more group we will take, and that is group 3. So group 3 check, it is a group of 4. It is having 2 rows and 2 columns. It is present in 2 rows and 2 columns. So first we will go for column. So there are only 2 columns. So therefore that column only you are going to check. So in that column y and z is 0, 1, and then it is 1, 1. So first we will go for y. First y is 0 and then it has become 1. Not allowed. Now we will check for so that we cannot write. Now we will check for z. Z is 1 and then again it is 1. So it is same. Therefore we are going to write z down there. Now we will come for rows. So in the row there are two rows. So in that row W and X you have to check. So first we'll check for W. First W is 0 and then W is 1. It is changing. So not allowed. We are not going to write. Then we will check for X. First X is also 1 and next X is also 1. And both are same, and therefore we are going to write X. So the final equation is X dot Z for group 3, which is written in blue. Then we'll go for group 2. These are the 4 ones in the 4 corners. And now we are, so 4 ones you can check, they are in 2 columns and 2 rows. So we'll go column wise. First 2 columns we'll check. So first column and the last column we are going to check. We'll check with Y. Y is first 0 and then it is 1. So it is changing. We are not going to write. We are going to check for Z. For Z is 0 and again it is 0. So that means Z bar it is. So we are going to write Z bar. Then we'll go for rows. So first row and the last row. So first row we'll check W first and then X. So check for W. W is first 0 and then it is 1. It is changing, not allowed. Then X you are going to check. X is 0 and then again it is 0. It is same. So this is nothing but your X bar. You are going to write that. So this is X bar, Z bar. This is the final equation. So in this slide I have explained the same thing which I have explained in the last slide, how to write the equation. So in that group 1, having only one single row and 4 columns. So we are going to check row equation. So row equation remains the same because it is single row. There is no comparison. You cannot check. And therefore as it is you are going to write, and then the column it is written here, check Y bar, Z bar. And every time that Y is changing and whatever is changing you are not going to write, and the variable which is constant you are going to write. The same thing is explained in this slide. You can see here also it is the same thing which I have explained, and the final equation how we are going to write, that is shown here. Now the very last thing we have done with the K-map table. So you have to remember, in K-map table the first step is to find the K-map table depending upon the number of inputs. Second is to write the output 1 or 0 in the given cell number depending upon the given equation, and then you have to group number of ones or zeros, and you have to use folding rule or overlapping rule. And then the next and the last step is to find or write the given equation using the groups. But sometimes there are don't care conditions. Don't care conditions are the conditions in which the output is not that valid. You can use it or you cannot use it. So sometimes a function or table or a map contains entries for which it is known that the input variable for the minterm will never occur, or the output value of the minterm is not used. So all these things are taken as don't care conditions, and it is shown in a cross. These don't care conditions are very important, because if don't care conditions are given in the given equation, so you have to write the equation as I said, ki if SOP equation is there, then you are going to substitute it as 1. But don't care conditions will be given in the D format, D, and the bracket the cell numbers will be given. So that time you have to put a cross there, and while grouping you can use this cross, because this cross is valid. If you are grouping for 0, still you are going to use this cross as 0, you can, and if you are grouping for ones, you can use this cross as 1. So this is all about don't care condition. I hope you have understood K-map technique rules. Thank you.